Hey, my name is Brad Farbstein. I'm the owner and operator of the Real Ale Brewing Company out in Blanco, Texas. We're celebrating 23 years of making great craft beer for Texans. Our beer is unfiltered, unpasteurized, and unavailable in 49 states. So you better come to Texas if you want to drink some of our beer. So this is Hans Pils. Hans Pils is a North German style Pilsner. We use all German malt and all German hops. Named after my puppy dog Hans. It's a German Shorthair Pointer. We produced this beer about 8 years ago, and it was after a trip that my wife and I took to Germany. I have a tendency to buy a lot of stuff I never use, like old German bottling lines, and we were on our way to buy a 64 valve H&K filler from Darguner Brau, which was up in the old eastern bloc of Germany. I don't think they had seen Americans there in the last 40 years. So we got out there and got the bottling line loaded up into our container and had a couple of extra days before we were gonna head down to Bavaria to drink some beers down there. I ended up running into a beer there called Jever, J-U-E-V-E-R, and it's a North German style Pilsner. Remember, the North Germans hate the South Germans, and whatever the North Germans do, the South Germans do the exact opposite. And so if you think about a Bavarian Pilsner, a South German Pilsner, it's very soft and it's very subtle. The malt is very balanced, and there's very little hop profile. With a North German style Pilsner, you're gonna see a very aggressive malt profile. In order to get that to come through in the beers, we import all of the barley from Germany. This is all Weirmann Pils malt that comes from Germany, and then it's all German hops. This beer is gonna have an assertive bitterness, about 53 IBUs, which is pretty high up there for a Pilsner, but it gives it that assertive, clean bitterness that a North German Pils would traditionally have. A American Pils like Bud, Miller, Coors is going to be made with some adjuncts, and if it's Budweiser, it's going to be made with table rice. If it's Miller or Coors, it's going to be made with corn. This is going to be 100% malted German barley, so it's going to have a unique malt profile. It's going to be a little bit heavier than a domestic Pilsner, but not really heavy compared to a pale ale or an IPA or stout or a porter. You are going to definitely notice some kind of grassy notes that come from the hops. We're mainly using Hallertau, which is a very traditional German hop. We want to make sure that we're representing Germany well by making a German Pils here in the United States. If you've never had a Hans Pils before, I recommend you rush out to the store and get one. It is a brewery favorite and one of my favorite beers as well. It is going to be really clean. It's going to have a really dry finish, and it's about 5.1% ABV. Super delicious, and puts dog biscuits on the plate for my dog. So go out and buy some, please. Join us down at the Brass Hall in Marble Falls, where you can find all these beers on special in August.